But me being somebody who was like so super deep into hip hop, I was always told to tone that down my entire career. And I really believe the beautiful thing about what's going on right now is I don't have to listen to none of that shit no more. I really don't. It's really something to embrace even more, because it's always what made me different. In fact, it's always made me different to the point that when shit was becoming whatever it was, people really was trying to push me over into the hip hop side. And it's like, nah, I already made the decision for myself, you know, what I'm about. And I've already made the decision for myself who I am. I have an insane amount of love for this shit and for the people who do this shit and all of that. But comedy has my heart, and it is what it is. So you guys, I love comedy. And as far as art and all of that is concerned, comedy is always going to come first. It's always going to rank high on my list. It's always, my snarky sense of humor has always been my oldest best friend. Okay? And the thing about me is I'm such a hip hop fan. I'm such a lover of the culture, and I've been a part of this culture. Just like somebody who's into model cars, or people that get, you know, designer sneakers, or they collect sneakers. Like, everybody has their thing, stuff that they're into. Back in the day, my thing was collecting albums. My thing was listening to music. I started clubbing at 16. I mean, you know, it's like all of these things, right? And I first started listening to hip hop in 1988. I was 5 years old. I'm 38. You can't tell me to not love, identify, or be a part of, or talk about something that I've been a part of and supporting for 33 fucking years. 33 years. I've been in this culture, a sounding board. You know, when artists are looking to the people to find out what's hot, but based off what we purchasing, based off what we are watching, Yo MTV Raps, Rap City, all that shit. I'm those consumers from that shit. I'm one of those people. You know what I'm saying? And it shaped my personality. It shaped who I am. It's a huge part of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm still that, you know, girl who would discuss who was hot, who wasn't, not, or who slept on, etc. at the lunchroom table. That's still me. That didn't go anywhere. It just evolved into a mature woman who still likes those things. And if motherfuckers can grow up and still play video games, I don't need nobody telling me that I can't, you know, be excited about hip hop or have the love for it and talk about it. I always got shamed and shushed. Seriously, in real life, I always got shamed and shushed for my excitement and for my opinions about hip hop, you know, and having that love. As a comedian, right? And I mentioned this on my Instagram page. Plug The Happiness Cheerleader on Instagram. My main Instagram is The Happiness Cheerleader. I also have an Instagram for both my podcasts. So while you're in the following business, you just go ahead and follow it's Student of Happiness Podcast. And my other podcast is We're W-E-R-E, We're All Toxic Podcast. That's the relationship podcast, because we all toxic. I'll explain later. And then Student Happiness Podcast is for all the people who love comedy, hip hop, and tarot. Because y'all know astrology is my thing. I love it. And y'all going to be excited. If you've been listening to the podcast, just know episode 22, which is beautiful because 22 is a master number. And also 22 can reduce to 4. 4 is about direction and clarity, etc., etc. Next week, episode 22, we're going to start our journey on houses in astrology. Because I know the houses in astrology, but I still need some brushing up. I still need clarity. So as I learn, we're going to just learn together. We're just going to go on this journey together. All the houses in astrology. So if you're an astrology head or you want to increase your knowledge in astrology, you definitely don't want to miss episode 22. Let me stop clapping so y'all can hear over the audio. You definitely don't want to miss episode 22 of Student of Happiness Podcast, because we're going to start to go down that avenue and really flesh all those things out. So if you've been interested in learning more about you know, your moon is in the 12th house and in the 3rd house and things like that, we're gonna go over all of it as a group. We're gonna learn, we're gonna grow, and we're gonna just be happiness seekers together, because that's what it's about. Okay, so but real quick, let me finish what I was saying, and then I want to show y'all these tarot decks I got. Okay, so I was always shushed and shamed about, you know, my love for hip hop and my appreciation for it. And then I also was like treated like my love for it was phony. And just like everything else in my life, and I feel like, you know, without going too deep on a subconscious level, I kind of attracted that to me because I was so used to having to attract things to me like that, because I was always used to proving my value. It started at a very young age, trying to prove my value to my parents, and then I was on this proving my value frequency, and it just spilled over into other areas of my life until I looked up one day and realized I'm always trying to prove myself, and I'm awesome. Like, why am I doing that? We all do that. We constantly try to show people that we're worthy or we deserve to be treated with love and respect for who we are. And they should just give it to us anyway, because we're alive and we're human. We should just all be respecting and loving everybody. Whole different conversation, but I'm throwing that in there any motherfucking way. Okay, anyway. I was always shushed and shamed for it. And I don't know. I think it was, you know, at first it was because I was overcoming abuse and things like that, where I decided I wanted to take a warrior mentality. I didn't want to let anything stop me. I didn't want any excuses of, you know, getting in the way of me excelling in comedy. I didn't want anything getting in the way of me continuing, you know, to show up for what I came for, you know what I'm saying? And for a long time, like, rap was like an outlet for me. I wasn't doing nothing with it professionally, wasn't even trying to. Look, man, I had a cousin who rapped. I used to go to like all kind of little showcase shows and shit like that back in the day, you know, to support others, but that never was what I was on. You know what I'm saying? So I never was trying to do that for me. I love stand-up. Nothing replaces the high that I get from having fun on stage, telling jokes, just talking shit, enjoying myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm performing for that look in your eye when you come to the realization, this bitch ain't got no sense. I love it. That's what I'm in here for. That's what I do this for, you know? So rap, when I first started doing it, on my Instagram page, look, Capadonna, I'm sorry. I was listening to Ice Cream yesterday, and I remember